All right. I thought I'd try something different today. I thought I would let you see where all this takes place. This is my office. I just got out of work. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. And I have, yes, I have my cigarette. And I have my beer. This is how I do this. I usually think of something at work when I first get home. And I decide I want to talk about it. But today, the reason I'm doing this, I think where you can see me, partly I just thought maybe if you're curious, destroy the mystique. Okay. But, I spent a long time in my life feeling that it was bad to talk about yourself. Quite frankly, there's a bit in my life I'm proud of. And I don't really want to talk about the pain or philosophy much right now in this. I want to talk about the basic events and things in my life. I was born one of the worst years of the Vietnam War, 67. But I have no recollection of the war because my parents shielded me from it, the news and such. A part of me is a little disappointed because I don't have the historical memory. But then again, my father is a pacifist, and he passed that on to me. I am a pacifist. I don't believe that violence is the key. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. If you need to defend yourself, but there's no need for aggression for without reason. I lived through a flood. That was kind of interesting. 2 o'clock in the morning. I was 5, and the National Guard knocking on your door. Hey, you need to evacuate. That was kind of interesting. Always thought myself a little odd and off to the side, but in a way that I hold on to as carrying a degree of uniqueness. But my childhood was fun. It was just basically baseball, football. I had the same group of, there was the same group of 6 of us, slight variations at times that we played football in the winter and baseball in the summer. And, my education is music. I have a bachelor's degree, Bachelor of Arts degree in music from Mansfield University. I have 15 other upper level English literature and composition from Western Kentucky University, when I originally had intended to get my master's in English, which I didn't because it was just too damn expensive. I never thought about writing much until after I graduated from Mansfield. But then I took an interest in writing, so I started to teach myself, and I really enjoyed it. I think what held me back in writing in the beginning was English class, and it's so hard to understand the rules. I was a math person. Give me the distinct logical rules, but there are no distinct logical rules necessary in English. A lot of it is kind of what you intend to do, like in art. So I basically consider myself a composer first. I'm in the 3rd movement of a piano concerto I've been writing. It's on YouTube here. I started with the 1st and 3rd movements. 2nd movement's what I'm working on now, but it is beginning very, very well. I like it. Music is a wonderful thing in all forms. It's the thing that can move us without having to use our brains. I like that. If you can adjust your mood without thinking sometimes, it's a good thing. But I do enjoy writing, getting lost in a story. Mostly fiction, I like. Although I have written, but it always ends up in that philosophical vein. And sometimes you just get a little bit like, oh my God, stop being so frou-frou-ly, like, oh my God, it's the soul. And sometimes it's just cool to engage a story. Now I'm at a sudden loss. I don't know how much, 5 minutes. I don't know. All right, so what's pertinent? I have written songs. I have been writing songs. The one thing, fortunately for me, I only touch on the whole trauma stuff. But throughout my whole life, despite what was going on, uh, I've always seemed to be writing some form of song, guitar, mostly folky because I didn't have any electric. I haven't had electric guitars until like about a year ago. A friend of mine just suddenly bought me a $400 Ibanez electric guitar. I'm like, for my birthday. I'm like, really, dude? Thank you. Good guy he is. But I've always been writing songs, and I got so many of them, and some of them are even lost, and I don't know where they all are, and some of them are on my website. Some of them I was thinking of reworking with some of the software I have and putting them on YouTube. They're older, definitely before my voice was blown out, and I sounded younger. I have a book of short stories. I've written 2 full-length plays because I've been a performer since I was 15. I was talked into auditioning for a play back in 1983. I had one line and I was a part of the chorus. And as soon as I got on stage in front of an audience, I fell in love. I love being in front of an audience, obviously. But like I said, or was that just me thinking? I've performed in about 30 productions over the years. I've carried a half dozen principal leads, shared leads. Seymour Krelborn when I was 20. Eugene Morris Jerome and Brighton Beach Memoirs and Biloxi Blues when I was 21, 22. Charlie Kringus in the little-known Sondheim musical Merrily We Roll Along in 92. One of the triple leads. And I was Herman Einstein in Arsenic Olays. That was fun, doing the German accent. And then I played Felix Unger twice in The Odd Couple. I enjoyed that role a lot. It was fun. My Oscar was a talented friend of mine. I enjoyed him. I haven't done a show for 2 years, but that's partly because of my occupation always had me at night. I've directed, I've written music for four children's productions, including James and the Giant Peach. And I like writing for the theater. I've written a screenplay of my life. I've got another screenplay started. This is what I like to do. I like to write. I like to act. I like music, more compositional music. I like writing the songs. They're just a way to put an idea out. Fun. I explored different types of music when I first was healing, getting better, getting back into it. But I like writing the compositional music. The piano concerto has been a great joy for me, writing that one. The choral works. But I like writing for the orchestra. What I'll do with it, I don't know yet. Nothing like being 53 and suddenly realizing Uh, now I got to figure out what I want to be when I grow up. I think I'm just going to choose to be happy. And I don't think I'm ever going to fully grow up. There's always going to be a 12 to 14-year-old kid living inside of me. I think what it was I wrote once in my group, I want to play like a 12-year-old, dance like a 20-year-old, and love like a 53-year-old. So if you want to leave me your phone number in an email, I'm just kidding. No, don't. Please don't email me with your phone number. No, we're not going to do that. All right, I will say, because I always like to end these with some kind of meaningfulness. I really think you got to stop worrying about things and do what you enjoy. I mean, you do what you got to. I work. I'm a shift supervisor in a convenience slash pizza slash sub slash gas station. I spent the last 13 years working in a restaurant. Uh, at one point was looking at going in and buying the restaurant, and I was running the line in the last few years. But it's a lot of stress, so I chose to switch. And now I do the same kind of thing, but with less stress. But that's what I do to pay the bills. What I like to do is write music and look to engage the arts somehow. But you can't worry that it ain't going to go anywhere. Do what you need to do to pay the bills, but do what you love. I think if you love it enough, do it enough, and put it out there, it will do something for you. So on that note, I guess I'll have to shut this down, try to find music to put with it, put it together, and post it. But it's so weird you can see me. I don't have this feeling of mystique in the last thing I say. So I guess I'll just say, have a good night, because it definitely is after midnight.